Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to set the alarm or alarms on your Timex Ironman Classic 30 watch. This is model T5K412 by Timex. This watch has up to 3 alarms you can set. It's a little bit tricky the way these settings are. It's actually kind of cool though once you get used to it. I'm going to do my best to walk you through it. If we press the mode button a couple times, you should see a value that says alarm 1. The reason I say it's tricky is you can actually adjust what modes are viewable in here. In my case, I've got alarm 1, I've got alarm 2, and I've got alarm 3 shown. But you can actually cut off all of this stuff. If you don't want chronograph, you can turn it off. If you don't want timer, you can turn it off. If you don't want occasions, alarm 1, alarm 2, or alarm 3, you can turn them off. So pressing this mode button can be different for everybody depending on how you have these settings. Let's go to our alarm 1. I have done a video in the past that walks you through how to hide those different modes. So if you're not seeing something, you can reference that to see how to turn them on. When we're on the given alarm, if you simply just want to turn it on, in my case, alarm number 1 is set for 12 p.m. and the status is off. If you press the bottom right button, which is your stop reset button, it'll simply toggle it on. You'll notice there's a little icon now showing that I have an alarm that is set. You'll notice that daily is coming from the settings of that alarm. I can't adjust that pressing the the stop reset button. The stop reset button is a simple toggle. My alarm is on, my alarm is off. If we want to change an alarm time or the way it repeats while we're on the given alarm, we're going to press the set recall button. So I'm on alarm number 1. I'm going to press set recall. It says alarm set. You'll see some blinking indicators, and we are ready to adjust our alarm times. The bottom middle button is going to be your plus. It'll increase your values. And then the bottom right button is going to be your minus, which will decrease your values. The mode button, where it says next, is going to be the button that will progress you through the next setting. So let's go ahead and let's set an alarm. What I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to set 3 different alarms and then let you hear them. The reason being is each alarm has a different sound when it goes off. So let's set this one for 4. Once I've got my hour set, press mode, takes me to my minutes, and let's do 4:01. Press mode again, takes me to my AM PM indicator. Again, I could use either of the 2 buttons here to adjust this. Press mode another time, it takes me to my recurrence. Is this a daily alarm, just on weekends, just on weekdays? So I'm going to set it for weekdays. If I press mode, it's just going to take me right back to that very first setting. Once I've got my alarm set correctly, I'm going to press the set recall button. We've successfully adjusted it. Now you'll notice we're out of our settings. If I toggle it off and toggle it back on, my time is set and it's going to show weekdays because that's what we've adjusted this alarm to do. Now I'm going to press mode. It takes me back to my main timekeeping. We can tell at a glance that we have one of our alarms set. It will not show multiples, so if you have all 3 alarms set, it's still going to look the same. That indicator just lets you know you have at least one of your alarms turned on. Let's go set alarm number 2. It's going to be the exact same thing we just did, except we need to go to alarm number 2 to do those settings. So alarm number 2, again, this one is set for 12 p.m. I would press set button, get into my settings, adjust to how we want. For this one, I'm going to do 4:02 p.m. And again, I'll set it to weekdays. Again, press the set recall button. Once I'm done, I've successfully adjusted that one. So we go look at our different modes. Alarm number 1 is for 4:01. Alarm number 2 is for 4:02. Alarm number 3, if I wanted to adjust it, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through this pretty quick since you've already seen it a couple of times. I don't really have to adjust this value, but I'm just going to set them all the same way just for simplicity's sake. So I've got 3 different alarms that will go off at 3 different times: 4:01, 4:02, and 4:03 p.m. Each alarm will go off. After 5 minutes, after 20 seconds of it going off, it will stop. 5 minutes later, it will repeat. After that, it will not repeat. You've got 1 repeat per alarm. So what we'll do is we'll come back at 4 o'clock and I'll let you listen to what those alarms sound like. Okay, so it's about that time where our alarm should start going off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my backlights because I believe the backlight will turn on for you when these alarms go off. The other thing is the first alarm is going to go off at 4:01. I'll probably speed up, take out some of the time for you to listen to the second alarm and the third so you don't have to sit there and wait a minute per alarm. But let's go ahead and get ready for the first alarm. So there we go, our 20 seconds is up. The first alarm is done. Again, it will repeat in 5 minutes. That's what's showing you here is that you've got an alarm that is currently going off. That's why it's blinking. So in 5 minutes, that one will repeat. What we'll do is we'll wait here a few seconds. We'll listen to the second alarm, and then we'll listen to the third alarm. So there was alarm number 2. And now we'll listen to the final alarm, which is alarm number 3. You might be sitting out there wondering, do I have to use alarm number 1 or can I just use alarm number 3? That's totally fine. Whichever one has the chime that you like the best, that's the one that you can use. You don't have to use the other ones. All right, so that concludes listening to our alarms as well as setting them. As always, if the video helped, your thumbs up and your subscription are always appreciated. I hope this video helped show you how to set the alarms on your Timex Classic Ironman 30.